what's good? We back with another Top TV. I'm in the building. We finally in the building. Okay. It's going crazy on the road out there. Snowing like if you in Cleveland area, be very careful out there on that road because it's very, very treacherous out there on that road. But me and Lillian finally made it here. Me, Cece, and Lillian. We, you know what I'm saying? Me and Cece, you know, we was sliding. You know what I mean? We got a truck, you know what I mean? But we made it here safely. Glad you came.
Thank you.
It's been a while since I seen you.
For sure. For sure.
A lot of great things have happened since then. You have traveled to Italy. You moved to Florida. You got a 3-year-old now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a bachelor's in science.
Yep, a bachelor's in arts and political science.
In political science. Mm-hmm. And you just evolved.
Yeah.
You have evolved. This is Lillian Ruffin. If y'all don't know, artist, R&B artist. Extraordinaire. She got a new hit single out called FI-YAH that I heard, you know, and I really liked.
Thank you.
And so I was like, I wanted to bring her in and chop it up with her about the new single. How you doing today?
I'm blessed. I'm happy to be here. Like you said, the roads are terrible, but, you know.
We got to make it happen.
Yeah, by any means. So, you know, I'm just happy to be here. It's good to see you again. And yeah.
That's what's up. So I want to get right into it. You know what I mean? Artistry, rooted in raw emotion and purpose. Can you elaborate on a specific experience or emotion that heavily influenced a recent song or poem? Because you're not just a singer, you're a poet too.
You're right. I mean, like FI-YAH, that was one of them songs, you know, where I'm going through this journey of healing. And I'm trying not to be, you know, that young, you know, kind of explosive, fiery version of myself. And here I am. I'm trying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm putting in the work. I'm going to therapy. You know what I'm saying? I'm clocking in. I'm taking care of my kid. I'm taking care of my responsibility. Yeah. And it's just like, it's always somebody in life or something, a situation that is like,
it's trying to touch that fire.
It's trying to test you. Like, you forgot where I come from, you know? So like, literally the words of that song is like, my favorite part is like, I'm healed, but don't push me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a killer, but don't put, no, that's not that. That's the idea, because it's like, I'm just trying to elevate. I'm trying to grow.
I ain't trying to be on that. I ain't trying to burn you up.
You know what I mean? But like, it could really get to that. Like, you don't understand. You know, it's like that saying, you poke a bear, that's what you gonna get. You know, and I think we're like dealing with, it's not just about one person, it's about everybody. Like, I think anybody in your life, whether it's, you know, somebody at work, you know, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a friend, you know what I mean? It's like
a sibling, a cousin.
Oh, them be the one. No, them be the ones, a neighbor, okay? Yeah. Let's talk about that, you know? And it's like, y'all don't understand, like, we can take it there. Like, so that was like one of, you know, my recent songs. Even though this song's been out for a while, I actually finally just dropped it a couple weeks ago. But like, it was just very important for me to get it out because I just felt like, you know, kind of everywhere I performed it, everywhere I sang this song, you know, it stick with people. You know, it means something to people when you get off stage and they singing your words back to you. Yeah. And they like,
because that was in my brain.
You know what I mean?
I was like I'm singing it. I'm walking around singing it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I think that was like really one of them songs. And I think more recently, like as in like I write pretty much, if not every day, every other day. You know what I mean? And I'm working on dropping my new EP, and I think that EP is just gonna be raw. It's gonna be full of emotion. It's not necessarily a concept, but the concept is me. The concept is my life.
Let me ask you this: is it a lot that you got to get out?
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Coming from the hood and just your background in general, and then elevate into being, you know, getting your bachelor's, traveling around the world, things like that, having a son. This is gonna be like you unpacking.
I'm unpacking. Like, I think that's like well said, because I fought so hard to get to where I'm at, and I'm finally finding peace and understanding and knowing that everything is not gonna always be this perfect, you know, like everything can't be perfect. Everything can't be, you know, like a fairy tale almost. And I just,
life gonna have its ups and downs,
you know, and sometimes, like, you know, as a person who, you know, being transparent, battled with depression and anxiety, like, you go through those moments where you are like, I don't know how I'm going to, like, I wrote one poem and it was like, you know, by 27, if I ain't figured it out, I'm gonna just head out.
Man.
And I can say that now because I know that my purpose is so much bigger than me. You know what I mean? It's even like I have, you know, a son that I'm out here grinding for, myself, my family. Like I begin to understand, and as I begin to like go through life and those trials and tribulations, like God really spoke to me and he let me know like these things are happening for a reason, and it's up to you. You know what I mean? You are the chain breaker. You are the person. You know what I mean? You are that one, and I gotta, you know, I just have to do it. I have to.
Gotta make it happen.
I gotta help the family.
Gotta evolve even through everything. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what it is. You know, being a singer, songwriter, poet, and recording engineer. How do these different facets of your artistry inform and enrich one another? Do you have a favorite role among them?
Singing.
Singing.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, I love to write, but when it comes to writing music, I get so caught up in the technicalities. Are the people going to receive this? Is it too wordy? Is it too, you know what I mean? Like, it's one thing when I'm just writing for myself.
But when singing, you can kind of let it flow.
I can just do my job.
Yeah, you know what to do. You know what to do there.
That's just, it's so simple. And then I can sing somebody else's words. It don't always got to be about what I wrote. You know what I mean? And what I got to say. You know, I can say somebody else, I can do a cover and that's what I have to say. And through my artistry of music, of singing, like that's my interpretation of that. And I love to sing. I don't know what I would do, you know, do without it. So
right. You mentioned experience both as an artist and a mother shaping your work. How has motherhood specifically transformed your creative process or the themes you explore?
Man, that's a loaded question. I think that being a mother, like I was sitting on the floor today and I was looking at my son and I was like, I didn't know, like it's so cliche, right? But I didn't know that you could love something so much.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know that you can like feel so deeply and so passionately about this little bitty human who knows nothing about this life other than what you teach him and what you expose him to. And with that, I think it's my job to make sure that I'm evolving, to make sure that I'm exposing my child, because this is a life.
Help them grow.
Yeah, and and I'm either putting a YN in the street, or I'm
or
putting the next Obama,
or a YS, young scholar.
You know what I mean? A young scholar, and I just really want to make sure that I'm not one of these young mothers that's just allowing her child to just be lost in the world. Yeah. You know, and that's what's really important to me. So I think motherhood is more, it's more than, you know, just being a mom, doing what you got to do, right? Yeah. Like anybody can have a child and, you know, raise a child, but are you going to nurture and care for that child? And in turn, like that's like, it's this saying I really like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Mm-hmm. So how I'm raising my child in turn is really how I'm taking care of myself. That's true. Treating my art, how am I treating my work and the people around
listen
me.
Up, because that's the real thing.
You know, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And if I'm a bad mom, in reality, like you a bad person. Like, you know what I'm saying? You bad, like you can't do anything good. If you lacking and you being lazy and you know, you're not taking care of your responsibilities with your child, then how can I, you know, do one thing right and not the other? And I'm not saying it's not possible, because, you know, it's always room to grow. But I think that it's important that as serious as I want to take this music, I got to make sure that everything around me is being taken just as serious, you know? And I'm putting that much effort into, as much effort as I put in raising my son, he's going to see, you know, the effort I put into my career, you know, me getting my degree. That was why that was really important for me. going back. I did that while I was pregnant. You know what I mean? School. So it took a little longer, but it's not, it's not impossible. I'll say that,
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm just juggling everything and making it beautiful
Doing
even
her
when it's
thing.
ugly.
Doing her thing. You feel me?
For sure.
FI-YAH is a described as a powerful anthem of transformation.
Mm-hmm.
What personal transformation inspired the particular single, and what message do you hope listeners take away? Because you gave us a little bit about why you created it in the beginning.
I would say one word, and it's healing.
Healing.
Because if you think about it, like, from the ashes comes life.
Yeah.
Like that idea that from the dirt.
From dirt, yeah.
You know what I mean? Life is...
You rose up.
Yeah. And that's what healing is. Because even at your brokest, your lowest point, you can still rise up, you know? And I think that the biggest transformation for me was hitting rock bottom.
Hitting rock bottom, huh?
Yeah, like losing my mom, dropping out of school, failing in relationships, failing in friendships, like overall feeling like a failure. And it's like, where's left for me to go if not up? I'm at my lowest right now.
Up is the only way. And
that's the only way. So I would say, if you can take anything from this song, it's knowing that even when life is testing you, even when, things are, the devil's working, right? Just know that through that fire and through that pain, like, life and growth is brewing underneath the soil, underneath the ashes is growing. So, yeah.
Hey, we going to come back with Lillian Ruffin. Make sure y'all stay tuned to this Top TV.
Made it available to everybody. So this is that small project I did in mass. And if people apply themselves under my leadership, a lot of people going to win. But I really need serious students. And it was just like, I learned it was bigger than me when I started winning people cases, because there's nothing like another case. I was in the lunchroom and the warden came surrounded me. I'm eating lunch with my guys. And he said, Jermaine, I want to thank you. And he was like, this lady just called our office crying. Her son won. And it was just like those little bitty moments.
Make sure y'all tap in with WTD Mechanicals. Replace and install furnaces and condensing units. They doing financing as low as $100 a month. Your credit score can be a 550, so there's no excuse for you to be in the house cold or in the house hot. You know what I mean? Tap in, WTDmechanicals.com. Yo, I'm back here with Lillian Ruffin, artist, R&B artist, poet. You a recording engineer as well?
Yes, I'm a recording engineer.
So
working on the mixing.
You said working on the mixtape?
Mixing engineer. So mixing, mastering, levels.
How did you get into mixing and mastering? And
shout out to De La Mons. You might have heard his viral singer. Who are these niggas? We performed that.
Yeah, he did a porch.
The Rocker. Yeah, I was with him. So we did the Porch Rocker in Akron this past summer. But that's like my big brother. And it's just so amazing to have people who really believe in you and who want to, nurture and add to your craft. Literally see you win. And that's how I got into it. He got his own studio where I'm the recording engineer at GTA Audio Room. Right there on Waterloo Arts District.
Oh, so you over there in the Arts District?
Yes, come check us out. If you want to book, let me know. But yeah, so I'm a recording engineer, and he basically is literally teaching me everything, and just giving me the path to go out and learn for myself and get more information. So I did his. It was like had to be like 8 to 10 week class, where we basically learn how to work we learned about audio, all the, you know, digital audio systems, like sound and like everything that pertains to recording, not just about like, oh.
Was it an easy breezy for you, or was it kind of tough, even though you already been in music for a long time?
It was tough. I'm not gonna lie.
It's totally different
tough.
from singing.
Yeah, because you gotta think like he understands like the science behind sound, right? Yeah. So us talking, like the sound is going on this wall and this wall and this wall.
He like,
so
that don't sound right.
Exactly, and knowing where to put those panels and those soundboards into where to condense the sound. Like I'm talking about the real like etymology of like sound in music, like really getting down to the science of it. He understands that, and he's like teaching us that.
Where a person who listen to music, just listen to music, don't know that.
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know like, oh no, that chord is off or that drum is off.
Yeah, they don't know how to articulate, you know, what this sound wave and why are you getting this frequency, and they don't know how to articulate, you know, the difference between frequencies or the type of hertz. You know what I mean? Like understanding that knowledge, like it's
the real
deeper,
science,
right? It's deeper than just like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, the bass and the treble.
Go in here and record
you know what
somebody.
I mean? Right.
Just get in there.
Literally, you know, like those small little, you know, we call it like white noises, brown noises, like literally learning about all of that and how that affects the quality of sound. Like something as simple as a draft coming through the door, you know what I mean, can be heard, and really like going down and dissecting some of the greats, like dissecting their music and how they recorded it.
Yeah,
it was like eye-opening. It was deep. It was like, okay, this is why Mike is who he was. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is why Beyonce is who she is, because they have people around them who understand this and create the quality of music and create the level of sound that we hear. So yeah, it's definitely amazing.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Speaking of artists, what artist or movement has most influenced your musical and poetic style, particularly in the realm of truth and fire?
Okay, this is always a hard question for me, because I pick up inspiration from everybody.
Yeah. I
don't like to be like, oh, this is my favorite artist, and like box people, like put myself in a box, because I'm listening to a lot of diverse, you know, different artists, like from jazz to rock to, you know what I mean? Like, and when I say listen, like, you know, word for word, like that type of energy. But I would say FI-YAH specifically would probably have to be a little bit of Jasmine Sullivan, a little bit of,
I can hear that.
A little bit of Janae, because she got that edge. You know what I mean?
I can hear that too.
Of course, Beyonce, because when I channel that lemonade, you know, that, you know,
that lemonade,
that hold up, you know what I mean? Like, so I would say like those are like my, you know, kind of almost foundational. Ooh, I can't forget Lauryn Hill. But those are kind of like some foundational people who I've been following for a while.
Kind of remind me of a young Lauryn Hill.
I get that a lot. I love her writing style, like Lauryn Hill, the MC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people don't know. They only know, you know, the miseducation. Yeah. They don't know Unplugged. They don't know, you know what I mean? They don't know the Fugees. You know what I mean? So that's really, she's like one of those people who I would say even directs, you know, kind of is an influence to like that conscious music. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like that's who I would kind of
birthed that style.
Yeah, like I would say I definitely pull it from.
Let me ask you this: advocacy and social impacts, because you're an advocate as well, on many levels. Mm-hmm. With a bachelor's degree in political science, how do you see the connection between your academic background and your works as an artist and advocate? So
yeah, I'm a woman first and foremost. I'm a mom, right? Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm a support administrator. I'm not gonna mention my company, but I work for the county, to say the least, and I work for youth in transition. So I work with children with disabilities, and I will say that it is important that I continue to speak about the disparities, to speak about the discrimination, number one, that we as women face, and then children face, especially when, we see our children with developmental disabilities and stuff like that, and mental health issues. So I would say in my music always, that's why I'm, always talking about healing and, like going to therapy, making sure you okay, loving yourself, like making sure my message is not just about being heartbroken and,
like you really put some education out there in the world.
Right. And if you really listen, if you really listen to it and you even ask me, like, I'll tell you, I got some resources for you. You know what I mean? If you need mental health or disability resources, like, I have them. I am every day I literally work for, I work for these people. I serve the community. So, I think that, that's going to always be my mission. And I won't stop, especially being a mom. And even, in my son's school, I'm an advocate there. They hate to see me coming. Because as soon as it's a problem, they like, Miss Ruffin is going to write a letter. Okay, she's going to talk to the board, the policy committee, like everybody. Like we're not going to just settle.
We're going to get some understanding.
We're going to get some understanding. We're going to take a vote. We're going to figure it out. If somebody cannot articulate me the policies and procedures that are changing, then what's up? Because we got the union, the teacher. Like we'll walk out. We'll pull our kids. Like So I definitely don't play when it comes to education, mental health, and women and children, of course. So
you're dedicated to uplifting women and children. Can you share a specific initiative or project you're passionate about that exemplifies your dedication?
Yeah, so I would just say right now, like my line of work, so my 9 to 5. I serve families, and I would like to say that I'm a resource concierge, so a resource coordinator. And every day, it's not a specific moment. This is literally my job. I'm dealing with, families who need something. They're in crisis. You know what I mean? I'm a mandated reporter, so that in itself, I'm going into homes, I'm going into the communities, I'm going into the schools.
You're actually seeing these things.
I'm seeing these things happening, and it's like to the point where I have to, make sure I'm protecting my peace, because the things that our children go through, the things that they have to be exposed to on a daily is heartbreaking, especially when it's a child who cannot speak up for themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like you would be surprised the amount of abuse and neglect that that
you see.
On a day-to-day, and it's like it's just terrible. You know what I mean? And I was a registered behavior technician before this, so working hands-on with children on the spectrum, like that was a big thing. Being able to just teach them new skills, like something simple as clapping their hands, being able to brush their teeth, like things that is a normal everyday task for us.
They don't know.
Wow. So
that's deep. And it's like it seems like you took on something that was in your heart as a career.
Yeah.
Instead of going after just like, I want some money.
Right. And I think my next biggest goal is to just really support activists in our community. I always doing that, right? Getting out voting. Getting out, posting about the things that are important to us as women, our women's rights. Getting out in the streets and, just making sure I'm doing my part,
as a humanitarian.
As a humanitarian, like speaking about it is cool, but like voting for it and then informing the people around us, right? And when I say like informing them with statistical evidence, not just, these false emotions that people have because they don't like it. It's like you can't even articulate why this is wrong. Like being able to actually understand it. So knowing the causes, knowing what's going on, and then telling people about it, and then supporting the people who are out there fighting for us. So,
hey, as an advocate for people of color, what specific issues are you most passionate about addressing through your platform and art?
Okay, so one of the, I would say pregnant women, I was a part of something called Nurse Family Practitioners.
Yeah. Them like doulas?
I had a doula, so Birth and Beautiful and Nurse Family
Birth
Partnership.
and Beautiful communities?
Yeah, so I just did, we did like a sit down with them where we had a conversation, so we'll see about that, how that's coming out. But yeah, like doulas, having a nurse, having like advocates for pregnant women. I think Black maternity, like that maternity rate is definitely something that is concerning. And making sure that women who are pregnant have access and resources to support, like a doula. I was so prepared when I had my son. I was so supported. And I really dealt with a lot of discrimination personally.
And within the hospital system?
Yes, within the hospital system.
Did you have your son here?
I had him in Cleveland, yes. But you'd be surprised. You know what I mean? Like, these people will try you. Like, when I tell you I had my birthrights contract from my doula, like, they did not play with me. They gave me everything I wanted. You know what I mean? And that was because my team in place was secure. So I think that when I talk to women who are pregnant, and then when I get out on these discussion boards and these panels, and I'm talking, I'm volunteering with Nurse Family Partnership, and I'm volunteering to do something, or just come out and talk on a panel with Birth and Beautifuls. It's important to me because, number one, they help me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know where I would be, honestly, if I did not have that support. Shout out to my doula, Risha, and my nurse, Nefertiti. I love them down. And I still have good relationships with them to this day. But yeah, like, that is a cause that I'm, 100%.
And you was able to
committed.
see it firsthand.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do you balance the emotional vulnerability required for an artist creation with strategic thinking often needed for advocacy work?
I make music.
Right.
No.
So you put it out through record.
That's how I balance. You know what I mean? Like, I do go to therapy. I'm not too proud to say that. Not embarrassed. I know that's kind of a negative idea in our community.
No, it ain't, because I went to therapy.
And it's like when you go through stuff and life is really knocking on the door, like, hey.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that's pretty much how I balance it. Just the constant reminder, the constant what we call affirmations. Yeah, making sure that I'm speaking life into myself, and the people around me are speaking life into me as well, and I'm doing the same, vice versa.
So
but
important.
Writing, you know what I mean? Like, writing is that outlet. Singing is that outlet. Like, I wrote this song. I wrote many other songs that I have out because I was going through life, and that was the only way that I could see the light, Yeah.
So. Do you believe art has a unique power to drive social change that often forms of advocacy might not possess? Absolutely. And if so, why?
Absolutely. That's why they killed Fred Hammond. No. But no, for real. Like, if you really think about it, like, back in the day, like, they didn't. So I have older parents.
Yeah.
I grew up on Motown and, of course, like, gospel, but I grew up, like, with,
back in them 60s.
You know what I mean? Like, the 60s music where it was a change going to come. You know what I'm saying? Where
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You know what I mean? Like, they were really talking about...
Yeah, they was talking about it.
Yeah, like, I can't think of this song right now, but just talking about, like, how dangerous it was to walk through your neighborhood. You know what I mean? As a girl. And the way they did it through the music and the harmonies and the, like, the art. And it's just... And
it touches way more people on globally.
Yeah. And then
you know what I'm saying? Look like a Michael Jackson who made, Man in the Mirror, or They Don't Really Care About Us.
Yeah, so those are two examples. I'm thinking right now, Nina Simone, when she sang, she didn't make Strange Fruit, but she sung one of them. But yeah, like, that's one. Like, Strange Fruit was a song that got people put in jail. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't, you got put in jail for music. You know what I mean?
They
like,
still getting put in jail.
Yeah, people still getting locked up. It's now, they just now being like, no, you can't use my lyrics to, incriminate me. But nonetheless, like music has always been a
gateway for
uniter.
advocacy.
Yeah, but a uniter within our community. Like, that's how we became united. That's how the people became uplifted, you know, and fought back. Like, we marched to music, you know what I mean? We fought back to music. We stood together with music. So it's always been the most influential thing, and that's why they don't want you to do it, because if they understand what we talking about, then we might rise up against them, and if they rise up against us, then they can't make money off of us and control us. So,
man,
you know.
Talk about it. Hey, we're going to be back with Lillian Ruffin. Make sure y'all stay tuned to this Top TV.
I made it available to everybody. So this is that small project I did in mass. And if people apply themselves under my leadership, a lot of people going to win. But I really need serious students. And it was just like, I learned it was bigger than me when I started winning people cases, because there's nothing like another case. I was in the lunchroom and the warden them came surrounded me. I'm eating lunch with my guys. And he said, Jermaine, I want to thank you. And he was like, this lady just called our office crying. Her son won. And it was just like those little bitty moments.
Yo, we back with R&B artist Lillian Ruffin in the building with her new single FI-YAH. FI-YAH and future work. Mm-hmm. What was the most challenging or rewarding aspect of creating and producing FI-YAH?
So, I recorded myself on this song.
So this is all you?
Yeah, I didn't mix it.
Don't nobody get the producer or I mean, no, they don't get no producer credits. They don't get they get a little bit. They get a smidget.
Well, because you know the splits how I go with the person who made the beat.
Okay,
it's like you get 200 splits. You know what I mean? 200%. So they legally take 100 for using a beat, and then like myself, I split my 100 with. I do split it with the mix. So who mixed and mastered it? So that was De La Mons. But yeah, like nonetheless, I recorded the
I'm
song.
getting majority.
Yeah, I laid the backgrounds, I laid the vocals, I did like a slight mix, like a little something. But that was like the hardest part. I probably wrote this song in like 2 days because when you feeling it, you feeling it. Sometimes it's easy, right? But yeah, like recording in the studio, and I was like by myself. So coming up with the backgrounds and the harmonies and like, okay, what I'm about to do here, you know what I mean? Like, and then like say something mess up, like I got the small screen in the booth, and then I'm like, dang, I accidentally, maybe hit my arm or something, like, cause I'm trying to stop the music, so I'm recording all these extra.
So you can't really do it all by yourself.
But I did though, so it was just like it worked out. But that was like my first experience, like really like recording a full song. And everything is not in the booth, so just like literally running back and forth between the front, like if I need to turn this down or I want to hear, so it's just like, it was just like that whole experience was fun, but it was like definitely difficult.
Challenging, huh?
Yeah, definitely challenging for sure. So
can you give us a glimpse into the sound and lyrical theme of Fire for those who haven't heard it yet?
Yeah, so listen, I know I said it once.
Yeah, we gonna say it again though.
I've been here before. So that's like, you know what I mean? Like I've been here before, nothing new under the sun. Like I've seen this path that I've been, going down or I've went down.
Yeah.
And I won't go back no more.
We ain't going back.
We ain't going back down that road. I think overall, like I'm not really gonna, I'm not gonna crash out, but I'm just speaking. You know what I mean? Like this is
I'm
me
letting you
it out.
know it could get like that though.
Yeah, but this is me letting it out. Like I'm gonna say the theme is this is my warning.
My warning shot.
This is my warning. So yeah.
What made you choose Fire as a highly anticipated new single, and what does this release signify for your artistry journey moving forward?
I think that, like I said, when I was performing this and just the feedback, like that was really important. But also, we kind of talked about this like before, is like the procrastination behind like trying to over perfect, trying to like make sure everything is to whatever standard, right? But really, like, you won't know until you do it. Like, you won't know what people think if they don't hear it, if they don't have something they can actually listen to. You know what I mean? Something that is actually there. Like, and I think moving forward, it literally ignited a fire. I did one of my first big...
It did. Because I was like, man, what's this she just dropped?
And it was like, I think people were also seeing another side of me. I think sometimes, like, depending on if you know me, right? But I feel like in some of my music, I come off like a little more gentle and a little more, you know what I mean? Like, because
when I met them, they was rapping about, both sides and boys.
But
hair bows and boys.
Yeah, look.
Now she talking about, I'm healed now.
And I didn't look. The boys took me through some things. So no, but so I think like it really ignited a fire, and I think every goal that I set for myself this year, I have done. It has, you know what I mean? Like, and I think Fire gave me my power. We setting goals
and we hitting them.
And it really gave me my power. Like, it's something where it's like, oh, this is what I'm capable of. Okay, so imagine if I just, like, this was like 25%. We're going to take it to, 100. We're going to get to 100.
We're going to turn the knob a little bit more.
It's like, wow, if I put this much more effort, a little more energy, maybe a routine, I don't know. How much further can I really be? Like, it's kind of fun, like, almost, like, because I'm not in competition with nobody but myself, right? So, like, it was like, wow, like, really seeing, like, okay, I just did this stage, and this stage.
Yeah.
What's next? Let me see.
How can we take it to another level?
Yeah, how can we elevate this thing?
That's got to be the thinking when you in anything, Yeah. You believe that?
Yeah, of course. Like, if you're not in it to get better, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, if you're not in it to grow, okay. I mean, some people are happy staying there. I'm just not that one.
Beyond Fire, what's next artistically? Are there any upcoming projects, albums, or performances you can tease us?
Yeah, so I have a show booked next year. I'll drop the flyer for that, let y'all know, you know.
Yeah.
But my goals for next year is to drop my EP. And yeah,
Got a name for that, or we gotta wait? That's on
y'all gotta wait for that.
Wait
I'm not gonna, because with my artistry, I'm like, I don't want to like rush it.
Yeah.
I feel like everything that has came, it has came because I've been patient.
Yeah.
But you know, but I've also been putting that work in. So while the work is still, you know,
working,
you know, yeah, while I still baking. Yeah. I want to get that project and then put a name on it. You know,
it up for you.
Yeah, it's cooking. Like, you know, this is not something you can just name.
Slow stir.
Yeah, you can't just, because then too, I feel like when you try to like put a name on a project before you even begin it, it's like you limiting yourself, because it's like, now maybe I can only talk about this.
Yeah.
Maybe I can only talk about this, or you know what I mean? I can only do this or this sound or this sound. I will tell you that the sounds that you are going to hear is going to be amazing. I'm going to be collaborating with some beautiful people, some talented people.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm like, the next year you gonna get a song from me every month. You're gonna get a show from me every month. Yeah, just gigging more.
We going in.
Yeah, being outside. I'm outside.
We outside.
Yeah.
On a seriouser note, you lost your mom a few years back. How did that impact your movement as an artist, as a person in general, you know? And how was you able to navigate back to, you know, being positive? And can you just help somebody out that may be going through what you went through?
Yeah, my mom was a strong individual. She's from New York. That kind of tell you a little bit, like, you're just tough, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't really grow up in a household where it was a lot of handholding. Like, it, you know, like, and on top of that, I was a little tomboy.
Yeah.
And I grew up with my father in my life. My father is a pastor at Straight Up Missionary Baptist Church. And they didn't play with me like that.
Yeah.
You know, like, my dad didn't play that. Like, and he had, you know, 2 girls. It was 2 girls in the house. So, you know, being literally in the community, like being at the city mission, ministering in the streets, in the highways and the byways, like we were out there doing that. And I think we had to have a certain understanding. We had to like grow up, right?
Yeah.
In ways that most kids didn't have to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, my mom went through a lot. Like, she taught me a lot, but I was spoiled too. And when she passed, I had to grow up.
Yeah. And
I didn't know what that looked like, and I didn't really realize like how you know what they say, like, you don't really appreciate something until it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to tell everybody that, like, if you have a mom who is not perfect, my mom was by no means perfect. I had a very rough childhood. She didn't play. She would knock me upside my head in a heartbeat. Okay.
Right.
But
like my mom,
you know, like, I had that real typical black mom who will literally come up to your school with a belt in her hand, like, play with me, act the fool in front of these teachers.
Well, we got the same type of parents,
you know, like, did not play with me, like, so I think that losing her really made me more appreciative.
Mm-hmm.
It made me
the life that she gave
you. Yeah, because I could only imagine, like, I didn't realize how many stupid people it was. Until I had to, like not trying to be funny, but like,
had to use the things that your mother gave you.
You know what I mean? And like, my mom was strong. Like, my mom was like, she could do a lot for herself. You know what I mean? And she went through a lot with, you know, she just went through a lot.
Well, she'd be proud. She'd definitely be proud of you now.
She would. She wanted me to graduate,
you know
and that was.
You did your thing. You know what I mean?
Listen,
she's shining down on you seriously.
Yeah, and if I can like give anything to anybody who lost a parent, who had to watch their parent take their last breath, I would say that it's not your last breath. As long as you still here, as long as you still kicking, that's your legacy. And you have to make gold from that legacy.
That's big to say, because a lot of people lose parents and then they just
shut down.
They don't know where to go. They totally shut down. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, physically, they just really give up on life. You know what I mean?
And listen, I found my strength when she passed. I did not know how strong I was.
Yeah.
It took a while, but I didn't know, like, oh, like this, you know what I mean? It's so funny because I hear my sisters, they be like, you act like Niecy, like you act like mommy, you know, and it's like certain mannerisms and behaviors. You realize like, oh wow, I'm really strong. Like I'm really capable. I really can do this, you know? And it's like my mom had to do it. My mom lost her mom. My mom, you know, lost her dad young. My mom had to move up here at 16, you know, to Cleveland, and she had to do it. So it's like, if she can do it, I know I can do it because she gave me a better life than she had. So I think remembering that and remembering like you really was given everything you needed from the time you came out the womb until, you know, you had to do it on your own. And that's what kept me.
That's hard. You know what I mean? Take word from the wives, from Lillian, you know what I mean? For all y'all people out there that, you know, might be grieving over a parent, you know, use it as strength. Yeah. Don't use it as a crutch. What does empowerment truly mean to you, and how do you strive to embody and inspire it in others?
Empowerment means knowing yourself, knowing who you are, knowing and being honest with yourself about who you are. And when I say like, that don't just mean the good, like that mean really the bad, right? Like, empowerment is like, I know I struggle in this area. All right, cool, I'm gonna get help. I know I'm strong in this area, so I'm gonna help somebody else. So I think
truly empowering.
Empowerment is that I'm not just living life for myself. My actions affect everybody around me. So everywhere I go, I need to speak life into it, because what I give life to, that's what grows. So it's important that you understand that you are representing every black person, not just your family. You know what I mean? We represent each other. Yeah. And
because
we
that
gotta be the one.
Because that is the first thing that they say. Yeah. Y'all all the same. Blah, 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 blah. But if you carry yourself in an honorable fashion and with integrity, you know what I'm saying? Nobody can really say, "Oh, you the same." Yeah,
and I think that when we begin to understand ourselves and we begin to be able to, you know, to be truthful and honest with ourselves, that's when we can grow. That's when we can find the power. That's when we can just be that godlike, right? Like that's when we can be that godlike version of ourselves, right? Because nobody can be perfect, but we can begin to embody something greater than ourselves, and that's how we begin to break those curses and you know, be that chain breaker and that first in the family. You know, everybody talk about first gen. It's like we really have been given we were born in the best time to be able to be a millionaire, have your own business. Yeah. Like, if you are a black person right now, you really have the power to, you know what I'm saying, to build anything and do anything. Like, if not before, then now, you know what I mean? So
because back then it was hard to do it, you know.
Come on now, like, and it don't get me
wrong. They was burning it down.
Hard.
It's still hard. They still kind of burn you down, but not just literally.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's so many ways to grow and glow and just be the best version of yourself. So that's really empowerment, is knowing where you fall short and finding the help and not being scared to, you know, say, hey, my brother, hey, my sister, I need help. You know what I mean? And, you know, having the discernment to ask the right people for help. Yeah. Everybody ain't your friend.
Because everybody can't. Some help ain't always good help.
You know, discernment.
Like I said about the money thing.
You know, having discernment, but also knowing that this is what I'm good at, so I'm gonna go pick my brother up. I'm gonna pick my sister up. I'm gonna be there for them. So
empowerment, baby. Hey, if you could give one piece of advice to an inspiring, multifaceted artist who is passionate about social justice, what would it be?
Don't let the things happening in this world consume you and take your good and take your soul
to the point where you just like a bitter Always passing judgment type of advocate.
Because that's one thing, like, as I was studying policy, it was so difficult. Like, I would cry, you know what I mean? Like, cry in class, because we would, like, it was part of our, the plan, the lesson plan was, like, you had to know what was going on or current. And it's like, oh my God, these people were horrible. And, and at one point, I hate it. I'm like, I hate. You know what I mean? You can watch, if you watch the news every day, you're going to hate everybody is a bad guy. The news don't report nothing good. Yep. They don't, and the little stuff that they do report good is followed up by 101 things that are horrible. So it's like, don't let the news, don't let social media, don't let these people fool you. It's some good people out here. Yeah. It's some people who really helping. It's some people who ain't just doing stuff for the likes and streams. Yeah. And it's like, that's why the things that I am doing, the things that I'm not getting on social media talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And also, get a job. You know what I mean?
It's okay to work.
It's okay to work. It's okay to allow your work to fund what you really want to do.
Yeah, everybody can't be a straight up entrepreneur.
You know what I mean? And then, like, at the end of the day, we got to realize we have been systematically held back, right? So the reality is that sometimes you do got to go work for the system that in turn,
to get up.
You know what I mean? That in turn kept you down to really get somewhere, because you got to understand how the system work in order to be able to break the system. You know what I mean? So
facts.
you can't do nothing if you don't know what's going on in their system. If you don't know their policies, if you don't know what's going on.
You on the outside looking in.
You're on the outside. So sometimes you do got to go be on the inside and see, like, oh, okay, this is what we need. This is what y'all in here doing. And I just taking notes, seeing how I'm working for y'all now.
What has been the most surprising or unexpected lesson you learned through your journey as a creative or an advocate?
That's a good question. I would say that the one thing that I've learned through this journey is, and I know I'm like maybe a record, right? But healing is power.
It is.
And when I say like healing, I don't mean like, oh, you just heal and that's it. Like, it's not a hot pocket. You can't just be healed and it's done and it's right.
It's a process.
I mean? And it's like I'm constantly doing that. Like, so the thing that I learned is like, I thought like at one point like, oh, okay, I feel better now, I'm good. Like, that's not realistic.
Yeah.
Like, just because you feel better now, you know what I mean? Subconsciously, I'm self-destructing. Yeah. I'm doing things to, you know what I mean? Kind of like self-harm and, bad habits that need to be broke. Even now, like, I'm still, like, I'm not perfect at all. You know what I mean? I'm still fighting to change.
Still had them days.
Yeah, but it's just like, I think that with that understanding that healing is a constant thing, it's something that has to, it's every day, it's every walk. That's what healing really is. It's not just like something that you can just get one time and you're good to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something that constantly happens day in, day out. Even when you feel like you're doing good, even when you feel like you know it all, even when you feel like you're the most self-conscious, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the most self-aware person ever. No, you still
got work to do.
You still got work to do, yeah. Like,
and last but not least, Lillian, looking back at your journey so far, what is one of the achievements you are most proud of, both artistically and as an advocate?
Get my degree. Being a mom.
Yeah.
I think that was like the hardest thing. I think that people like, oh, it's so easy. Like, yeah, I guess it is easy to kind of.
Not for everybody.
I think that when you had to do something when you really didn't want to do it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, when you had to be forced, kind of like, all right, I ain't got no choice at this point. I think like that was like the biggest thing for me. My mom really wanted that. I would say one of the biggest things is they kicked me off food stamps.
They kicked you off food stamps.
Amen. Like, yeah. I wanted to cry, but I was like, and don't get me wrong, I needed it, right? But I had to sit back and think, like, what they telling me is I'm doing better.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's cool because it just showed me like, oh,
elevation.
Wow, I'm
elevation.
Really, you know what I'm saying? I'm really getting better. Like, I ain't even mad about it. Like, I think that was like, all right, cool. Like, like I'm really.
It's like now I just need to learn how to budget more and do certain things in another way. It's like I got it. They saying that I got it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember
like
telling
you got it. Yeah.
Literally, I remember telling a guy in the office like maybe 2 years ago, like, yeah, this lady, she got an attitude. She out here tripping. She don't even know that I fuck around and be her boss one day. Sorry, can I cuss?
Yeah, you good.
Like she don't even know. Like she don't even know. Like I'm not even gonna need this in a couple years. Like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? And that was just me kind of like almost like ministering to myself and telling myself, like, you got to do this because these not the people you want to have to deal with. This is not the situation you want to have to be in where you got to go down here and get these folks all your business and tell them everything about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to be that type of person. So to some people, you need it, use it, but don't stay on it as a crutch. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I understand.
Don't make a living out of it.
Don't make a living out of it. And it's like, that was really like, and that's so small. But that is so big because it just showed me like, okay, you really are doing better. At one point, you needed this.
We
like,
doing it major, baby. We don't need that crutch no more.
And it's like you said, this. All right, cool. I need to do this. I need to do this. And in hindsight, I've already been, you know what I mean, getting certain things in order so that I can budget better, so that I can save money, so that I can eventually, you know, buy a house, get my mama house fixed. Yeah. So it's just like, cool, I already know, like 2 years from now, they ain't gonna want to give me insurance. Like,
because consciously it's like, I ain't doing good if I'm getting these stamps.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing good. Like, I'm broke.
Yeah, consciously it's like, I'm not doing. I ain't never had to have them thank God, praise God. It was sometimes I was like, I need to go there.
Right, you know, but I ain't gonna, look, I'm not too, and that's what I'm saying, I'm not too proud. Like, I'm not a proud one. You know, I will say that I'm proud to say now that I've grown up. Okay.
I came up. Hey, we gonna be back with Lillian Ruffin. She gonna perform her hit single "Fire." Make sure y'all stay tuned.
Sure.
Made it available to everybody. So this is that small project I did in mass, and if people apply themselves under my leadership, a lot of people gonna win. But I really need serious students, and it was just like I learned it was bigger than me when I started winning people cases, because there's nothing like another case. I was in the lunchroom and the warden came surrounding me. I'm eating lunch with my guys, and he said, "Jermaine, I want to thank you." And he was like, "This lady just called our office crying. Her son won." And it was just like those little bitty moments.
Psalms 127. See.
Before I like Batman, got this bitch on live like San Quentin. Home base, I was ass pitching. Mama gon' get your dad missing. You ain't hang with us, you ain't gang bang. Everything you say sound cap, nigga. Order pizza, no meat, love it just as cheap for a rat, nigga.
Yo, we back with Lillian Ruffin, artist, advocate, poet, with her new hit single, Fire.
Yeah. It's Lil. Yeah. I know I said it once, but I tell you again. You can play this game, but it's no way you gon' win. I've been here before, I ain't falling for it again. Oh, I fight fire with fire. I do not play fair. I fight fire with fire. You wanna take it there? I fight fire with fire. Had to put them in AC. Brought them to the kitchen and they couldn't take the heat. Do not block your blessings trying to play around with me. Yeah, I'm healed, but don't push me. Got no time for liars. Drop fake friends, no problem, I solve them. You a bow when I see. Feeling froggy, gonna leap, I repeat. Yeah, I'm healed, but don't push me. See if I still got it, don't get fooled by my calmness. I'm working on me, accepting I'm she. And perfectly polished, the rose from the concrete. I know I said it once, but I tell you once again. You can play this game, but it's no way you gon' win. I've been here before, I ain't falling for it again. Oh, I fight fire with fire. I do not play fair. I fight fire with fire. You wanna take it there? I fight fire with fire. I do not play fair. I fight fire with fire. You wanna take it there? I'm prepared. Petty or not, bitch, here I come. I stay ready for every Betty. So don't try to run, you was messy. Yet I gave you the option. Flexing for the gram, baby, you is the problem. And I meet you where you at, but I do not want regrets. Daddy, he tried to warn me, know what happens, you get trapped. I'm a queen, you a rookie. I elevate in real life, blessings falling in real time. Listen, I'm a butcher, baby. Yeah, I cut you real deep, fuck your mental, baby. Shattered your self-esteem, you got broken energy. Let my peace protect me, I sleep as good as I eat. Niggas know I play for keeps, getting paid for my passion. I rise from the ashes, I'm magic. Focus, not average. I'm healed, but don't push me. I'm healed, but don't push me. Cause I fight fire with fire. I do not play fair. I fight fire with fire. You wanna take it there? I'm prepared. Fire. I do not play fair. I fight fire. I fight fire with fire. Yeah. Say I'm healed, but don't push me. See if I still got it. Don't get fooled by this calmness. I'm working on me, accepting I'm she, perfectly polished. Rose from the con. Yeah, heal but don't push me. Oh, it's Lil.
You already know what it is. It's another Top TV. Shout out to Lillian Ruffin for coming out. Until next time, y'all.
Thank you so much for having me.